Today's episode of Game of the Week is brought to you by Boost Gaming, and there is a special 10% discount courtesy of Black Friday until the 30th of November. That's 10% of every wallet top-up for PlayStation, Xbox, Nintendo, and Spotify on Boost Gaming. Check out the link in the description below. That is 10% off all purchases, courtesy of Black Friday on Boost Gaming. Welcome back, football fans, to another edition of Euro 2016. Match day 1 was spent with the players getting accustomed and finding their feet on the floorboards of France. Eden Hazard currently the top goal scorer as we approach match day 2. Euro newcomers Albania were humbled by Switzerland in Lens, and now they travel across the entire country to the south of France for a horrible homecoming in Marseille. The hosts, France, have an entire nation licking their lips in anticipation in what should surely be a simple passage through to the knockout stages with victory over the minnows Albania here at the Velodrome. No pressure on the red and black Eagles then, although the underestimation could be to the advantage of the Albanians. Now Conte has just jabbed it through to Giroud. Oh, and he lays it after Griezmann, who misses from point-blank range. Giroud literally puts it on the tip of Griezmann's tongue, and all he has to do is swallow. And he nearly does so through a straw as he breaks his neck on the goalpost. Sadaku with a half-hearted volley. Sadaku spreads the play to Roshi. It's down the line to Kakel. Back into the middle to Sadaku. It's an almost unforgivable miss. What a chance for the underdogs. Amadi Sadaku so close to writing himself into Albanian folklore. And that's Roshi with a random challenge on Patrice Evra. And he'll see red. Albania's incline out of the group gets steeper and steeper. What is even the point of this? Brashi. Chana. That shot is shut down. It's Chana again. Isage. And Lenjani had no energy to stick his neck out on the end of it. Pogba. Lays it off to Conte. Giroud. Here's Evra. Payet! Pushed aside by Berisha. Here is Toulon Shaka. It wells above the skull of Hugo Lloris. Breathtaking strike from Granit's brother. Here's Giroud to Dimitri Payet. And the French are flocking forward with 20 minutes remaining. And it's directly into the path of Berisha. France on the verge of scrutiny. Unable to unlock this 10-man Albanian defence. Griezmann, and that's parried away by Etrid Berisha. Corner is swung in. Berisha has come out to claim it. And Giroud, if he keeps that down, the score might read 1-0. Griezmann. Giroud has threaded it through to Antoine Griezmann, who goes down, and the referee grants France a penalty kick. 7 minutes left to play of normal time, and France finally have a ray of light. Antoine Griezmann goes flying through the air at the expense of Ansi Agoli. Olivier Giroud with a pivotal moment to claim his second goal of the tournament if he can bury this past Etrid Berisha. Giroud smashes it into the top corner from the penalty spot. And it might be enough for France to escape ridicule here at the velodrome. 10-man Albania just had to hold on for 6 more minutes, but they couldn't tame the enthusiasm of Anton Griezmann. A trick Borussia who's kept France away from the Albanian net, frozen in fear to the spot for the first time in Marseille. Did he not want to get his kit any dirtier? Anthony Martial racing down the left-hand flank. Albania trying to gather their senses. Griezmann! It's game, set and match here in Marseille. The last 16 have called and France are on their way. That is a determined header from Anton Griezmann. Borussia trying to swat it out of the air like a noisy fly, and it lands in his precious soup. Oh, it was getting dark in the velodrome for France, but the hosts have unlocked the light, and they have qualified for the second round with 2 wins out of 2, yet to concede a goal. It's Albania 0, France 2. Well, the Romanians could have enjoyed the rest of not having to travel out of Paris. They remain in the nation's capital as they welcome Switzerland here at the Parc des Princes. They can be reassured in the fact that it was a narrow loss against the group's favourites and the hosts of the competition. Switzerland's experience at these competitions may overwhelm the tricolours here in Paris. Switzerland make it go in here very quickly. Xhaka has found Seferovic, who converts. And with barely 2 minutes in the match played, we have our first goal here in the Parc des Princes. Haris Seferovic gets his second goal of the tournament in the 2nd minute of the second game for Switzerland. And the Romanians were practically still pulling up their socks. There's shouts of a handball from Churches. Play goes on as Shaqiri knocks Chipchu to the ground. Whacks it past Tatarusanu. And now the Swiss have breathing space. So much controversy in the build-up to this goal. It comes off the hands of Churches. Obviously the Romanians don't flinch, but they protest this. Is this a foul? It's a thumping finish from Verdan Shaqiri. But in the build-up, he practically kneecaps Alexandru Chipchu. It's a roundhouse kick to the glutes of the Romanian winger that leads up to the goal. Liechtensteiner glides past Chipchu for a whirling cross, and Jamali fires a rocket into the stands of the Parc des Princes. It's squared into Granit Xhaka. Mehmedi and Barami try and combine. Brilliant save from Tatarusanu. Searching ball, and it's a terrible touch from Sapanaru. Mehmedi has dispossessed him. Switzerland's attack commences, and it's tapped in by Aaron Derdiok. Shaqiri's powerful efforts can't help but be spilled by Tatarusanu on the plate for Aaron Derdiok. Surefire bet that Romania are out of the competition. That's thwarted by Tatarusanu. Waste no time getting that rebound in. It's flicked on by Derdiok. It's another routine 3-0 thumping for the Swiss. They are in Helvetian heaven. They will join France in the knockout stages. And as an added bonus, they are currently top of the table. It's Switzerland 3, Romania 0. It is time for the great British derby here in Lens. The last time England were here, they thwarted Colombia 2-0 in 1998. England currently top of Wales in Group B due to that one extra goal scored by Wayne Rooney. It wasn't the smoothest of victories for either side on match day 1. Gareth Bale just barely dragging the Dragons to 3 points thanks to his free kick. And England puts under pressure from a late goal from Russia. There is a tremendous Premier League atmosphere here in Lens due to the architecture of the stadium. It is England versus Wales. First chance afforded to Gareth Bale. But it's a comfortable one for Joe Hart. Danny Rose will pick things up here, as he's absolutely brought down to earth by Williams. Yellow card given to Jonathan Williams. May as well ask him how's the view from space, because he sent him into orbit with that challenge. As Adam Lallana releases Raheem Sterling. Sterling! Oh, he's found a way past Hennessy. England have taken the lead after just 5 minutes. It's the man they used to call the Scouts Messi. Raheem Sterling with his first goal of the tournament. His first goal of any international tournament, to be exact. Eclipsed the elbows of Wayne Hennessy, but who cares? It's a proud moment for the most expensive Englishman of all time. It is Lallana who will take the corner. It has been knocked in by Gary Cahill. England go 2 goals up against Wales. It is the perfect start here in Lons. Less than 15 minutes played and England are seizing Group B. A tremendous leap from Gary Cahill, Chelsea's 6-foot centre-back, providing daylight between the Three Lions and the Red Dragons. Rooney is dispossessed. Danny Rose carries on the momentum. Hennessy takes it away from the crown of Kane. Cahill denied the brace from the corner. Ali on the volley is followed through to Lallana, who was offside anyway. So were 2 other England players, to be exact. Davies, Bale. Williams has let it off for Joe Allen to hit the post. The closest Wales come to scoring past England. Joe Hart defeated, if not for the framework of his own goal. Sam Vokes. Oh, that was soaring. Parried out of the air by Joe Hart. Corner kick to Wales. It's a searching cross that finds the target of Aaron Ramsey. Taylor sends it in at the far post. Vokes has somehow defied gravity by converting it. Wales are back in the game. Not long left of it though, 20 minutes remain. Taylor's first time pass, centre across the face of goal and into the net by Sam Vokes from an impossible angle. Chris Smalling is the man who bottled it. The corner falls too short for Raheem Sterling. Williams drives it into the centre for Joe Ledley to sky it. What a chance on the half volley. It's Vokes pressing past to Taylor, who gets the ball in. Ledley's on the end of it. Wales have drawn level. Joe Ledley, the man credited with resetting the scoreline. It comes off the crossbar. Nothing Joe Hart can do to stop this header. And with 10 minutes left on the clock, England have thrown away a 2-goal lead. Oh, England are living dangerously. Here's Joe Allen. Pushed aside by Joe Hart. There is 2 minutes left on the clock, and Wales, the Dragons, are bloodthirsty. Ramsey, the corner. It winds its way out wide. It's gone through all the bodies. Ledley shoots, is saved by Williams, and it's gone in. Wales have done it. And it's because of Sam Vokes, who steals it from under the noses of England. Ashley Williams scoops in the cross and Sam Vokes knocks it in. The roles are reversed of the real fixture in Lons when England won due to a dramatic late winner. This time it's Wales' turn. England had a gift of a 2-0 lead. Is it that early run in the complacency which proved to be their downfall? Wales chipped away at the Three Lions. It is Wales 3, England 2. Slovakia and Russia will be grateful for Wales slowing down the hype train of England. Now they will fight out for the scraps in Group B. Both teams with narrow losses on match day one are keen to bounce back. Russia have the experience of Euro 2012 and the 2014 World Cup on their side. Kuchko has room for a cross. And Hamsic is the first there. Early goal for Slovakia. The Napoli legend Marek Hamsic has just nodded Slovakia into the lead. 3 minutes on the clock. Smolov orients himself, finds a way through to shut off, eclipse the crossbar. Yusupov wins it back off of Hamsic. Zuba and Kokorin is netted, and we have a draw. A 1-1 draw in less than 10 minutes. Slovakia unable to clear their lines, and this time Alexander Kokorin absolutely whacks it past Kozacic. If it wasn't already, it's game on here in Lille. Vladimir Weiss galloping forward. It's still Weiss. Tipped over by Akinfayev. I do beg your pardon, it just about wobbles off at the crossbar instead. Shatov. Oh, that's a good palm from Kozacic. Hamsic has threaded it down the line to Andrei Duja. Oh, and he rocks a crossbar. And that's the second time the Slovakians have introduced themselves to the woodwork. The cross into the centre is met with no water in the pool. Zuba starts filling it up, and Kokorin basically empties it out again. Yusupov, no starter. Oh, and it's just wide by Alexander Kokorin. It's been knocked on by Duja. Cleared off the line by Akinfayev. Mark Doris into the middle, and Andrei Duja gets some impressive height on the finish. 5 minutes left on the clock, and Russia steal it. Zuba gets the possession back first. Oh, what a stretch from Kozacic. Ignashevich nominating his neck. What a save from Kozacic. Group B will certainly go down to the wire. It is Slovakia 1, Russia 1. It's a rivalry of which its roots trace back to just under a century ago and changed the world. However, on the pitch, the European neighbours of Germany and Poland will collide here in France. The world champions Germany already failed against the Ukraine, and now they meet the other co-hosts of Euro 2012, Poland, who have never beaten them in international competition. Here's Özil with a blind cross on the turn, and Szczesny clears up any danger. It's passed along to Krushnevek. Kapushka back to Krushnevek. Poland pulling Germany on the back foot, and there's a corner kick to the Red Eagles. Krushnevek brimming with confidence after his fantastic goal against Northern Ireland. It's Draxler. Hector. Time for a cross in. It is Goetze at the far post. It glances it. Mario Goetze, the lone goal scorer of the World Cup final. Lewandowski to Mashinsky. Lewandowski keeps on going. He's in the middle. There's Lewandowski 1-on-1 with Neuer. It's gone through the keeper, who just barely recovers. Manuel Neuer almost springing a leak in the German U-boat. Özil is Draxler to his left. Draxler blasts it at Szczesny. It's lumped in towards Lewandowski, who leaps above Jonas Hector. Oh, and Mashinsky! The metallic bang of the crossbar rattling around the Stade de France. Germany are hanging on for dear life against Poland, and I beg your pardon, it's the goalpost. Muller slams on the brakes, and he allows Toni Kroos to walk on through, and he puts Germany up by a single goal. 10 years after they took the lead in Dortmund in their own World Cup, It is now Toni Kroos who has granted Germany their first goal of the European Championships. Mishinski, Kapuchka, Lewandowski is slapped wide by Neuer, and the lead was short-lived. Poland have wiped it out, and it's actually been credited to Mats Hummels. It's rather unfair, the own goal that spins off of his pelvis before he even realises what's going on. Milic to Lewandowski out wide, who gives it back to Milic in the centre. Kroos has handled it, it's going to be a free kick to Poland. Błaszczykowski's run up and hit it, and it's bobbled on the goal line. Jakob Błaszczykowski surprises everyone by nailing it with the left foot. Poland finding the woodwork twice in the same match. The technology doesn't lie. It doesn't cross the line, but it's just barely over. It's an improvement over match day 1, but it's not a compliment. Germany barely hanging on by the skin of their teeth to scrape a point against Poland, who at the moment are looking rather fearless at these European Championships. It's Poland 1, Germany 1. The Ukraine have piqued the curiosity of Europe after beating the world champions Germany in the previous game. Now can they build on that momentum as they take on the Northern Ireland side that are hanging on by a thread in Group C. Lafferty will help his son to bed. Well, it was a thumping strike just off target. McLaren, oh, that's a wonderful cross, and Kyle Lafferty ensures that it's not done in vain. And Northern Ireland have their first goal of the European Championships, and they take the lead over the team that beat the Ukraine. So does that mean that Northern Ireland have even better than Germany? Lafferty, Norwood gives and goes. Norwood places it to McNair, and Northern Ireland have a brace. Paddy McNair springs up in the goal mouth of the Yellows. A fitting choice of team colours as the Ukraine are slipping up like they're dancing on bananas. There's a searching ball into Kovalchenko, and it trickles across the goal mouth. It's Konoplyanka, Stepanenko, inside the chip gives the Ukraine nothing to hope for at the end of the first half. There's Stepanenko, Kovalenko on the volley. It's Konoplyanka's corner. Oh, it's brilliantly converted by Yarmolenko, and the Ukraine have hope. 10 minutes into the second half, and they haven't quite forgotten how to score just yet, even though they taught Germany a thing or two about the back of the net. Yarmolenko sacrifices his nose, that's where it lands, and the goal is a small price to pay. It's Kovalenko. Has been helped on to Konoplyanka, and the Ukraine are level. Northern Ireland throw away the lead, the second British team to do so this week. It's a burial into the bottom corner from Konoplyanka. Here is Evans. Evans pulls it wide. What a chance for Corey Evans. Match-winning opportunity. Yarmolenko leading the Northern Irish on the chase. Stepanenko, oh, perfect pass to Kovalenko. Last roll of the dice for the Ukraine. Oh, and it's been denied. Well, it could be worse. The Ukraine's progress has slowed down, but Northern Ireland will take the lifeline into their final game against Germany. It's Northern Ireland 2, Ukraine 2. The two reigning champions in this competition haven't fared all that well. The world champions Germany are telling one story, and now the European champion Spain could be sinking in that same puddle of quicksand. An underwhelming goalless draw against the Czech Republic gives Turkey some kind of light out of the tunnel known as Group D. Turkey are in a bad position, 3 goals down in the first game, and if they want to qualify, they have to demonstrate some productivity against Spain. Nolito free for a cross, and Morata is there in the far post! And less than 5 minutes is all it's taken for Spain to remember their goal-scoring ways. Alvaro Morata is one of the Spaniards' most pressured strikers. Relieves a little bit of it with this header here. It's a flying start for the reigning champions. It's almost like a dress rehearsal for the real kickoff for Turkey. Oh, and it might get even worse now. They gave it away. It says Fabregas. Fabregas! Blocked by Babacan. Corner is swung in. And Sergio Ramos is the man who rattles the goalpost. There was his second goal for Spain, denied by the woodwork. Busquets. Fabregas. Oh, Morata's won it back! Alvaro Morata has put Spain up again. Second goal for him, and now Spain are on a roll. Breathing space for the European champions. Is it business as usual? Mehmet Topal is the humiliatee. Takes far too long to get rid of this ball, and Alvaro Morata has punished him at the international level. In on to Tufan. Tufan! Oh, he's brought one back for Turkey. Fenerbahce's midfield fighter, Ozan Tufan, has brought a goal back for Turkey. It's game on here in Nice. Freezing cold composure from the young playmaker. Now Turkey passing it forward. It's Tufan onto Inan. Inan swings across in. It's poorly dealt with. Arda Turan. Lumps in across is an easy catch for David De Gea. Just over 10 minutes now for Spain to get the bearings before half-time. Oh my God! What the hell was that? It happened so quick. David De Gea has made Loris Karius look like Oliver Kahn. Spain's version of David James has gone blind in Nice. He's gave it out away to Gökhan. Now it's Toshan. Saved by De Gea, and Toshan has replied on a rebound, but it will be offside. And Spain's defence can breathe a massive sigh of relief. It's actually a handball from Gerard Piqué's half-hearted clearance. With Turkey demonstrating they got rounds in the chamber. Fabregas squares it to Morata. Özcan Tufan. Selçuk Inan holds up the play, and it's Turan. It's a vital save from David De Gea. More Spanish shambles. It's another draw, albeit a goal-scoring one. It's Turkey 2, Spain 2. Croatia are just 2 years away from shocking the world. But right now they're less than 2 games away from reaching the knockout stages of Euro 2016. They made their 3-0 statement against Turkey on match day 1, but the Czech Republic are the team that frustrated the European champion Spain. Surely something has to give in Group D. Rakitic. Brozovic. Travelling towards the face of Petr Cech. Here's the fullback, Caldera back. Here's a brilliant volley by Neshid. Would have been a wonderful start for the Czech Republic. Now Platzil. Krejci swings one in, and the order is restored by Subasic. Rosicki. Here's the backside of Chorluka. Davida has given the Locomotives the lead. In Saint-Etienne. It's all in that slide touch past Vida. Zukic follows it on to Vida. Oh my God! All the power and none of the placement. That's been threaded through to Vida again. Second chance for him, but he squares it. Oh, Mandzukic hits the post, and he corrects himself for his second goal of Euro 2016. almost backfired catastrophically. Maybe he'll tell his grandkids he intended this, it's just a trick shot. Nonetheless, it's Czech Republic 1, Croatia 1. Approaching the last 15 minutes of the game now. And it's Vida with a wonderful touch, and he's just got a little bit of lack of a Petr Cech's armpit. Domagoj Vida, rewarded for the resilience of the chances missed earlier on in the game. It's Domagoj Vida, the man who looks like a stereotypical villain in an action movie. Well, he's antagonized the Czech Republic with a potential match winner. Perisic has opened the gates for Ivan Rakitic to wander into the compound. The Czech Republic guards are sleeping, and Croatia will continue their trespass into the knockout stages. There's only going to be one answer. Back in the net from Ivan Rakitic. Take pity on Petr Cech for having to contend with the power of the Barcelona playmaker. It was a rocky start for Croatia, but the checkered squares have no shortage of firepower in Saint-Etienne. It is Croatia 3, Czech Republic 1. If things don't go well against Sweden here in Toulouse, Italy, the finalists of Euro 2012, could actually finish in the final spot of the table in Group E. Zlatan Ibrahimovic, a man all too familiar with Italian football, the majority of his reputation's credited to the time he spent in the Serie A. Italy have gotten the toughest test of their Euro 2016 campaign out the way against the Red Devils Belgium. Can they get their tournament back on track against the Scandinavians? Sweden to take the first corner of the game. It's collected by Buffon. Routine stuff. Italy actually conceded much faster than this against Belgium in the previous game. Of course, low on Seaman in no man's land. Oh, Buffon has dropped it. Ibrahimovic lays it off. Lewicki takes a chance, but it's an unfortunate block by Buffon. And now Sweden have poked their ears up. How does one of the world's most experienced goalkeepers do this? Well, it's not foul because Buffon threw the ball into Ibrahimovic. Zlatan didn't take it from Buffon's grasp, and Lewicki was probably heading off target anyway. De Rossi. Pele. It's Parolo. Plucked out the air by Isaacson. It is Eder, Italy's only goal scorer so far. Might provide a chance for Graziano Pele. Pele! Strong save from Sweden's own veteran goalkeeper Andreas Isaacson, competing in his 4th European Championships. Oh, it's a brilliant move from Sweden. Ibrahimovic is the man to plant the exclamation mark in the end of the sentence. Giacorini has opted for Damian. Damian swings across in and is converted by Eder. And that's goal number 2 for the Brazilian-born Italian. And at this rate, it's safe to say he only scores stylish goals. Goal number 1 from a free kick, and his second from a scissor kick. Now, it's not picture perfect. Isaacson does spoil it a little bit by trying to save it with his face. But most importantly, the Azzurri get the upper hand. They take the lead for the first time at Euro 2016. Schalstrom. Rossi and Lewicki recreating the big bang in the midfield. And Daniele De Rossi is sent off. Italy had the lead, but they lose a man. Such reckless abandon from the Roma captain. Understandably, the Swedes are upset. He could have ended Lewicki's career here. Look at this. Like rolling a bowling ball into glass bottles. Here's Lewicki. Sends the ball in. Oh, and Berg, what a volley! Marcus Berg with a little touch of touche, aimed in the direction of Eder. One-upsmanship going on between the Swedish and the Italian strikers. Marcus Berg lumping this volley under the body of Gianluigi Buffon. And the Italians are in even more trouble. Down to 10 men. Their lead is taken away from them. All thanks to Marcus Berg. Ibrahimovic to Berg. The doesn't want to share it back with Ibrahimovic. Tries to go for glory himself. Ida, Damian. Oh, wonderfully weighted pass. But Florenzi couldn't finish. It's been swung in and Parolo has his header scooped off of the goal line like water out of a sinking boat. It's a good cross from Jimmy Damas. Oh, Marcus Berg returns for the sequel. A tandem of goals against the Italians at the death of the game. 4 minutes left to play here in Toulouse. And the Italians are floundering in the familiar territory of failure. Buffon in no man's land. Does he need to come out and punch this when you got two defenders to inconvenience Marcus Berg? Probably not. The anguish on the face of Bonucci. Ibrahimovic may not be on the scoreline, but his team has bragging rights over the former country of his employment. Sweden are in a good position depending on the outcome of Belgium and the Republic of Ireland. But it is Sweden 2, Italy 1. We are in Bordeaux. Ireland will play a game of red or black. Let's find out if the luck of the Irish applies as they take on the Red Devils of Belgium. They are the squad to look out for after a arousing victory over Italy on match day 1. Ireland experienced late drama and heartbreak against Sweden at the Stade de France. Well, this one has all the makings of a passionate encounter. Robbie Brady, well, he says a little warning at Thibaut Courtois. That was a driven free kick. Long, McCarthy, Walters and Hendrick. Ireland's goal scorer against Sweden. Almost converts again against Belgium. Lukaku into the middle to Nyangalan. Here's Witzel. It's pushed away by Darren Randolph. Good chance for Belgium. Nyangalan to Coman. And he's chipped it in for Lukaku. And it's another defiant save from Darren Randolph. Hazard has squared it to Witzel. It just bobbles like a pebble to the right of Darren Randolph's goal. Fellaini goes out wide to De Bruyne. That's a wonderful pass to Lukaku, and he bottles the control. Witzel, Nyangalan puts it on a plate for Eden Hazard, and he crashes amongst the woodwork. Whalen, here is Robbie Keane. Oh, brilliant footwork, he dances past the Belgian defenders. Oh, and the Irish legend, cartwheels and finger bangs in Bordeaux. Is that not classic Robbie Keane? A super Jenkin run. It's like a cowboy shooting at his feet, commanding him to dance, and he does just that. But it's the gunslinging Wild Wild West celebration that he commands at the end of this brilliant goal. Rolling back the years, Robbie Keane. Hazard. Lukaku lets it run through to Nyangalan. Hendrick. Long. Keane hits it first time and is splatted away by Courtois. And hoofed into the stands for good measure by Long. Benteke. Is Hazard. It's another point-blank save. Should he have squared it into the centre? Witzel is opening up for him. It's another brilliant stop from Randolph. He's been on fine form today. Well, Ireland have joined Sweden in flipping Group E on its head. And if Darren Randolph stayed in bed, Belgium might have won this game. It is Ireland 1, Belgium 0. Group F stands for the final group of match day 2, and Portugal, as we know, were the eventual finalists. They take on an Austria side who share the top spot with the Seleção under very controversial circumstances. Portugal's narrow 2-0 victory over Iceland doesn't do any justice to their performance against the newcomers. With that in mind, the Austrians would be wise to be cautious. The former co-hosts of Euro 2008 back in the European Championship finals. João Mario is doing well to work some space for himself. Ronaldo is there! And Cristiano Ronaldo finally gets his first goal. It almost seemed like it wasn't going to be. With a cruel deflection off of the post. And a little bit of assistance from Almer. Not a typical CR7 wonder strike, but it will do. His bank account at Euro 2016 has been opened. Ronaldo competing in his 4th European Championship, and he scored in every single one of them. Baumgartlinger, Alaba, helps it on to Janko. Janko! It's the first decent opportunity for the Austrians. Guerrero sees what we all see. A nice opportunity for Nani. Nani! It's still Nani! I had to repeat his name so many times because that run was all about him. Ronaldo. Coutinho back to the captain, and now Nani is broken through in the centre, and he's chipped it over Almet. It's a flamboyant finish in Group F. Ronaldo and Nani combine. And Portugal are 2 goals up for the 2nd time in Euro 2016. Nani didn't have much time at all to make a decision about how he wanted to finish this, so for him to get the chip over Almet is a tremendous display of confidence and composure. Guerrero. Now it's Martinez from range. It's well watched by Almet. Here's Arnautovic. Junazovic. Oh, he's helped that on to Janko. And Austria have pulled the goal back. Mark Janko will happily disrupt the harmony in the Portuguese dressing room at half-time. Inspiring finish for the Austrians. It is Portugal 2, Austria 1 as we head on to the half-time break at this stands. Baumgartlinger has bullied Andre Gomes off the ball, and Austria will restart very quickly. Portugal need to pay attention as David Alaba makes every second count. And we are level as we head into the half-time break here in Paris. Portugal get a little bit complacent. The heads drop. Austria take the quick restart gladly. And thus Wonder Kid of Bayern Munich, David Alaba, is on the score sheet. Alaba spreads out wide to Arnautovic. Has to be pushed aside for a corner by Patricio. Here's Arnautovic again. Alaba, who is mimicking a striker. Junazovic is pushed away by Patricio. Here's Martinho. Ronaldo recovers. Gomez. And is straight in the face of Almet. Martinho goes out wide to Varenia. Oh, and it was Quaresma. Just couldn't catch the strike. Well, it looked all too good for Portugal, like they were well on their way to a routine victory. When Austria caught up with them very quickly, they did Austria 2, Portugal 2. We are back in Marseille. Hungary and Iceland will leave it all on the plate as they are fighting to restart the Euro 2016 campaign after rocky starts against Portugal and Austria, who have been slowed down at the top of the table. Nonetheless, the Hungarians were hard done by on match day 1, and Iceland were just simply outclassed. Szalai. And Zoltan Jira gets a deflection and is tipped over by Hal Dawson. Vital save. Zoltan Jira, who comes off the kneecap of the defender. And Hal Dawson be damned if he was going to make an impersonation of Peter Shilton. That's a wonderfully troublesome cross. And it's been converted by Zoltan Jira. And this time he does find a way onto the score sheet. It's Hungary's first goal of Euro 2016. A superb cross. He gets a little bit of assistance from the hip of Hal Dawson. But it's a well-struck volley nonetheless. 1-0 to Hungary. Now Zuzak has let the ball slip through his fingers. Jira will pick it up. And there's a cross in at the far post. Oh, it's been cleared off the line. Kari Arnason almost handles it into his own net and then makes amends. Just barely on the goal line. Gunnarsson sends the cross in first time. And oh my God, what a conversion by Budvarsson. A little bit of medical chicanery by John Dahl Budvarsson. How the hell did he squeeze this in at the far post? Off the crossbar at that. What is Corrali supposed to do about this except decapitate himself on the goalpost? Passes through it like Casper the Friendly Ghost. Goodmanson launches it forward. It's not dealt with. Sabrosin gets too glad-handed with the volley. Wonderful pass into Nemeth. Cuts inside. Nemeth goes for the far post. It comes off the crossbar. Would have been a splendid finish, but the pressure's still on. Iceland just about recover. But Varson wasting the time getting that cross in from the throw-in. Sigurdsson converts with a lovely diving header. Iceland have turned it around. The smallest country in the European Championships in their first ever international tournament are in front against Hungary. At this point, questions need to be asked about the Hungarian defence to concede goals like this and Bodvarsson's equaliser. Goodmanson. Bodvarsson almost gets his brace. Gira is found. Nemeth, who is through on goal. Nemeth has buried it. Game back on here in Marseille is turning into quite the encounter between the two minnows of Group F. A trademark striker's finish from Christian Nemeth. Goodmanson, enough room for a cross in. It's been poked in! Sigurdsson gets his second of the game. The Hungarian defender Attila Fiola admires Sigurdsson a little too much, and he's poked it past Karali. Gunnarsson. Sigurdsson. Oh, he tries to stab it over everybody's heads. Hungary cannot catch a break at Euro 2016. All they can do now is cross their fingers against Portugal in the final group stage game. It is Hungary 2, Iceland 3. It is now time for your Euro 2016 roundup. And yes, there were draws galore in match day 2. Romania and Albania almost certainly out, as France and Switzerland will battle it out on match day 3 for the top spot. England fall to Wales, surprisingly, in Group B. Euro 2012 co-hosts Poland and Ukraine are the co-leaders of Group C. Croatia are ahead of European champion Spain in Group D. Italy are also practically out unless they can work a miracle against Ireland. Group F shall certainly go down to the wire on match day 3. Many players on equal standing for the Golden Boot. Haris Seferovic and Marcus Berg join Eden Hazard, Olivier Giroud and Mario Mandzukic for 2 goals apiece. Thank you for taking the time to watch episode 2 of Euro 2016. If you'd like to show your appreciation, feel free to leave a tip at the Patreon link below. It's thanks to people like Matt Luckabone and their generous support that I'm able to reinvest in the channel and the equipment used to make these episodes. So for as little as £1 a month, you can become a patron. Match day 2 is in the bag, and it's getting a little impossible to predict a winner so far, with a lot of mud being thrown in the eyes of our favourites. Let me know how your country is doing in the comments below. Do you have any predictions for who is going to escape the group stage and make it to the last 16? And as always, thank you for watching.